With a heavy heart, I have to say that a true American icon, Hugh Hefner, has died at age 91. That's right, Hugh Hefner, Playboy magazine founder and star of Girls Next Door, dies at 91. I'm in people.com, so I know this is real. Hugh Hefner, the founder of Playboy magazine and star of E! reality show The Girls Next Door, has died. People confirms he was 91. Born Hugh Marston Hefner on April 9th, 1926 in Chicago, Illinois, to parents Grace Caroline and Glenn Lucius Hefner. The businessman died on Wednesday, so he died, that would be today. Hugh Hefner, the American icon who in 1953 introduced to the world the Playboy magazine and built the company into one of the most recognizable American global brands in history, peacefully passed away today from natural causes at his home, the Playboy Mansion, surrounded by loved ones. A rep from the Playboy Enterprises founder said in a statement to People. So, in 1953, he was the first one to put out a magazine that had a combination of great stories, great writing, and of course the famous Marilyn Monroe nude picture that he obtained. There's a really good show out there, I think it's on Netflix, that tells you all the history behind that, and he bought the rights to that picture from a calendar photographer, a photographer that did calendars, and he bought the rights to that picture, and I think he was going to spend up to $1,000, and I think he only had to spend $500. He was just tickled pink. And for that $500 investment in that one Marilyn Monroe shoot where she's nude, made him an instant millionaire and a legacy. So I'll go on with the story here. His son said, "My father lived an exceptional and impactful life as a media and cultural pioneer and a leading voice behind some of the most significant social and cultural movements of our time and advocating free speech, civil rights, and sexual freedom. He defined a lifestyle and ethos that lie at the heart of the Playboy brand, one of the most recognizable and enduring in history. He will be greatly missed by many, including his wife Crystal, my sister Christy, and my brothers David and Marston, and all of us at Playboy Enterprises," said Cooper Hefner, his son and chief creative officer of Playboy Enterprises. Hefner quickly rose to fame after the first issue of the men's magazine Playboy, published in December 1953, which is crazy hard to find. If you can find an original December 1953 Playboy, they're worth thousands of dollars. So look around, check Grandpa's attic. December 53, which featured a nude Marilyn Monroe. The same year, Hefner launched media and lifestyle company Playboy Enterprises Incorporated, on which he served as board member until the time of his death. Of Playboy's iconic logo, the bunny, Hefner said in a 1967 interview, "The rabbit, the bunny, in America has a sexual meaning, and I chose it because it's a fresh animal, shy, vivacious, jumping, sexy." Following his decade-long marriage to first wife Mildred Williams, which was a long time ago, his first wife, with whom he shared daughter Christy and son David, and he divorced in 1959, Hefner was public about sharing intimacies with numerous women. In 1971, Hefner purchased the legendary Playboy Mansion in Los Angeles, where he relocated to permanently and lived there until the time of his passing. After suffering a mild stroke in 1985, his daughter Christy assumed more responsibility in the management of the company. She was named president in 1982 and CEO in 1988, and then she left in 2009. In 1989, he tied the knot with second wife and Playmate of the Year Kimberly Conrad. The couple had 2 children together, sons Marston Glenn and Cooper Bradford, before separating almost a decade later and officially divorcing in 2010. Throughout his 5 decades of life in the Playboy Mansion, Hefner was recognized for housing multiple young women in the home at the same time, including Girls Next Door stars Dolly Madison, Bridget Marquardt, and Kendra Wilkinson. The 6-season reality series documented the lives of the Playmates and their relationship with Hefner inside the mansion. I gotta admit, I've never seen that, but I think I will go out and try to watch it now. After a 7-year relationship with #1 girlfriend Madison ended, Hefner began dating Crystal Harris, whom he married in 2012. In April, Hefner's younger brother Keith died at the age of 87 from cancer. I didn't know that. Known for hosting his annual Playboy Halloween party, the Playboy Mansion sold to Hefner's neighbor Darren Metropolis for $200 million in June, with the stipulation that Hefner was able to live in the home until his death. I didn't know that, so he sold the Playboy Mansion to this guy named Darren for $200 million in June, but he was able to live there until he passed on. In August 2017 interview, Hefner's son Cooper, who took over as chief creative officer of Playboy Enterprises, admitted that it was hard to watch his father get older. It's tough to watch him struggle, he said, of his father getting older, but I'm just happy it's physical and not mental. So he got a little slow, but he definitely, his mental, until the end, he was a sharp guy. He is survived by his wife and 4 children, so he was married at the time. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but Hugh Hefner was in the Army. He was in the U.S. Army in World War II, and I think it was at the very end. I don't think he actually was in any combat, but he was in the Army. So, rest in peace, Hugh Hefner. He gave us a lot of Playboy magazines. I gotta admit, back in the 60s, that was my first view of an actual nude woman. I was just a young boy. I was probably 12, 13, 14 years old, and I found one in the field behind my house. There was lots of fields with trees and everything else, and the older guys would grab these Playboys, you know, and they'd hide them underneath boards and hide them here and there. And I lifted up a board and I found one, and it's like, whoa, you know, I saw my first nude woman in a Playboy. So that memory's burned in my brain forever. And the Playboys have always been, I think the Playboys have always been tasteful. I think the nudity's been tasteful, and the stories are tasteful that are in there. I'm sure there's haters out there who say, "Oh, Playboys are smut," but I don't think so. I think the Playboys were always geared more towards education and sexual freedom and good articles, and not all about sex. They had good articles. There's good articles in Playboy. They're not all about sex. They're about politics and the world and lifestyle and a lot of things. Yes, they've got their 3 photo layouts of nudes in there. And they've always had that. And, of course, the iconic centerfold, which they've always had. So, you know, other than that, I think they're tasteful. I think the Playboy magazine's the most tasteful nudie magazine out there. And after that, you know, Penthouse came out, and that was raunchy. Penthouse was definitely more of a raunchy magazine. And, of course, the Hustler's off the chart. And those were the big 3. One in the 70s that I remember was Playboy, Penthouse, and Hustler. But Playboy's always been the classy one. The nudes were always classy and all that. So if you didn't hear, Hugh Hefner passed away at age 91. He had I'll guarantee you he had a good life. He definitely had some fun. So put in your comments what you think of Hugh Hefner. Let me know if you have any good stories to tell about when you first saw your first Playboy. I'd like to hear about it. So, obviously, if you're a male or a female, I don't mind. Go ahead and put in the comments approximately how old you were when you saw your first Playboy, and let me know how you felt about it. And let's have a discussion on that. Plus, if you have any inside information on the Playboy Mansion or Hugh Hefner, go ahead and put it in the comments. You know, we want to celebrate his life, and you know, bad stuff, let's hear about that too. I heard that that pudding guy, what is his name? I can't remember, the pudding comedian guy. I heard he had some He did some bad stuff in the mansion. Gave women roofies. And Cosby, David Cosby, Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby has been reported to have drugged women in the Playboy Mansion and had his way with them. And I know the trial came out and all that, but I didn't watch it, so I don't know what happened. But if you have any inside information on Bill Cosby or anything else, go ahead and put it in the comments. And have a great night. Thanks for listening. Please share this video. Please like it, and also subscribe. Thank you.